Hi, time for another junk food vid. I just want to say a couple of things. One is far fewer people are watching these videos than virtually any other genre of video I make, which in a way makes it far more interesting to me, because if you've got a video that's got sort of 10,000 views, you have, you just sort of can't visualize the audience, but with the low numbers these videos are attracting, it makes it far more interesting. And thank you for watching, I'd like to say. And also, I just want to make the point that I really don't recommend anyone eats any of this stuff. If you want to eat Chinese, then just make yourself a stir fry. Believe you, it's much better value, much better for you, and you avoid this stuff. I only buy it out of curiosity because I see it's reduced, and it quite amuses me to see the difference between what is portrayed as Chinese food in the UK and what Chinese food actually is. And another general point is that the food you'll get from your Chinese takeaway is very, very anglicised. The only way to experience Chinese food is really go to China and taste it, because everything else, even in America and what have you, it's all anglicised or Americanized in America, and also things tend to be far sweeter, because that's one of the preservatives that supermarkets use, is loads and loads of sugar, and also the other crap. Right, anyway, let's get on with this one. Now, after the last video I posted, I bought one more from Marks and Spencer's, which was chow mein, and I actually started making a video about that, but I just ran out of words to say. It was so bland that, how do you describe the inside of a ping pong ball? It was sort of like trying to do that, and I just gave up and never posted the video. But I went shopping again yesterday. I'd take the aunt shopping. I went shopping yesterday to Marks and Spencer's and Sainsbury's, and I'd given up on the Marks and Spencer's range, to be honest. Everything I had was basically awful. But I did see these yesterday, and ribs are one of my favourite foods in the world. But again, you can get a whole rack for a couple of quid up at Morrison's, and then add your own sauce, add your own whatever. They were, of course, reduced to $1.65, which is what tempted me. And in the past, when I've had these, on the rare occasions I've had these, they haven't been too bad, but again, too sweet. And you can see here what I'm talking about. Have a look at that salt, 0.78 grams, but that is for half the pack. Who eats half a pack of these? There's 6 tiddlers in here, I think. And that would provide 13%. Right, well, everyone's going to eat the whole pack. There's just no question about it. And that will provide 26% of your daily salt ration, just in this one tiny thing. And it doesn't weigh anything. It's light as a feather. So, this is when I say I don't recommend that you eat this stuff. That's why. And the one next door to it, sugars, there is nearly 14 grams of sugar in this. And that is 16% of your recommended daily intake, which I think is far too high anyway, to be honest. So that's why I don't recommend people eat these. And if you look at the ingredients, let's see, cooked pork ribs is number one, 54%. Well, that's good, but 80% of that is bone. Next ingredient, sugar, which correlates to what I was saying about it being too sweet. Water, dark soy sauce, 10% of this is soy sauce. Soybeans, wheat, fortified wheat wine, corn flour, Shaoxing rice wine, garlic puree, tapioca starch, gelling agent, pectin, rapeseed oil, colour, paprika, blah, 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 blah. If you were making these, how many of these ingredients would you use? This is all about the supermarkets preserving things to suit their supply chains. and I just can't believe it's healthy, which is why I don't recommend you eat it. But you know, modern lifestyles, everyone grabs one of these from time to time. Okay, that's the first one. And then in Sainsbury's, I picked up this beef in black bean sauce with egg fried rice by Sainsbury's. So we're going to have a little starter with the ribs and then this. And I have to say right away, it weighs a ton. It was reduced to £2.40. And I'm quite looking forward to this. As I say, I've given up completely on the Marks and Spencer's line. I didn't have anything at all that I liked or was anything close to Chinese food. So we'll see what this is like. Okay, well, that's enough talking from me. Let us get on and heat up the mini ribs. Hi. Okay, well, I've cooked them in the halogen oven. And they're even worse value, try and get a light on them there, than I imagined, because you get four little mini ribs. So I'm going to spoon them out into a bowl so you can see them better. Get rid of that. And while they were cooking, you can see things very clearly in the halogen oven. The sauce was bubbling just like sugar, because that's what it is. It's, you know, flavoured sugar, basically. So you get four of these tiny little ribs. So let's try one. Well, it does taste nice. This, I think, is of all the Chinese food that, or supposedly Chinese food that the supermarkets do, this is stuff that tastes nicest to me. But in general, appalling value for money. Nearly 30% of your daily salt intake, lots of sugar, and what can you say? A balance against that is it tastes quite good. Okay, let's move on to the black bean sauce. Right, here we have the beef in black bean sauce, and you see from the front it contains, in this pack, 66%, get that nice and central, of your daily recommended salt intake. So those ribs and this, if I was going to eat it all, would account for nearly 100% of my recommended daily salt intake. It should give you some idea just how loaded these things are. Sugars, 13 grams of sugar in this pack. That's 13 grams straight onto your hips. I'm definitely not going to be eating this all. There's, which is 15% by the way of your daily recommended intake. And fat, there are 21 grams. If you want to have a look at the ingredients, you can freeze the video here, and here is the rest of it. It says steamed marinated British beef slices in a black bean sauce with onion, red pepper and water chestnuts, served with free range egg fried rice. Microwave or do it in the oven. Well, I'm going to do it, this is a convenience food, so I'm going to do it in the microwave. And I will see you, there's some more info down there, I will see you when it is cooked. Okay, here it is, heated up. 7 minutes in the microwave, stirring halfway through. What I'm going to do is spoon it out onto a plate, eat it European style. If it was on the video, I'd probably just stick it in a bowl, to be honest. So let's spoon it out. And we'll do it sort of rice first. I can't really comment on how authentic this is because this isn't really how the Chinese would eat. If this was a Chinese meal, there'd be 20 other dishes, you know, lots of little stir-fried dishes and lots of vegetable dishes. You don't really sit down and eat just this. This is very Western, anglicised way of eating, so I can't really comment on the authenticity because it's nothing like anything you'd eat in China, really. But let's give it a try. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, I suppose. Let's try the fried rice first. Right, fried rice, or chow fan, the whole point of it is it uses up leftovers, so there's lots and lots and lots of different things in it, including, most importantly, spring onions, or green onions, if you like. Okay, there's none in this, and there only appears to be peas and egg, so that's nothing like, really. Exactly what you'd think rice, peas and eggs would taste like, not a hell of a lot. Okay, let's try it out. There's a nice bit of water chestnut. Let's try a bit of that, see if it's crunchy. Moderately crunchy. Now let's have a look at this beef. It looks genuine enough. It doesn't look like it's pumped up with fillers. It's all right. Okay, now advertises red peppers. There's a bit of red pepper. So you get one bit of red pepper. There's 3 or 4 bits of beef, 4 or 5. Don't know what that is. And a few black beans. It tastes alright. It's probably more tasty than any of the other Marks and Spencer's ones. But, I mean, it doesn't taste very nice, to be honest. It doesn't taste very nice. And there isn't a very strong flavour anyway. You'd be much better off, as I say, just cooking some rice up. I mean, eggs, an omelette and peas you can do easily. And, you know, just go and getting a couple of quid's worth of beef and frying that up. Not beef, or meat, chicken or something. And adding that all together, putting some soy sauce on it, and you'd have a meal that is 50 times healthier. Right, again, I mean, how did I describe this? Very disappointing. And not very nice. It doesn't taste nice to me. Got a really weird flavour. Not really weird, but weird. Yeah, not recommended. I haven't liked any of these things, apart from the ribs. And I must say, when I was waiting for this, the sweet taste, the taste of sugar, because I hardly eat any sugar, that lingered in my mouth, was really noticeable to me. So, there we go. That's my review of these two. I don't recommend you eat this stuff. I really don't. I mean, it doesn't even taste nice to compensate for all the garbage you're putting into your body. Okay. Sorry to be so negative, but there you go. Okay. Bye.